Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, the 19th of September. We are live for some more card making. Hello, if you are watching live and on the replay. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and we are going to be making a Christmas card with the Filled with Cheer stamp set. This one, I was reluctant to get it, but I'm really happy that I did because I've been quite enjoying playing with the snowman here, and I've also coloured in this one in another card as well. So I did actually quite enjoy getting it. It is a standalone stamp set, and I do believe that there is another stamp set that has dies for a wagon, and that wagon will also cut out this one, but I can't remember what it is because I don't have it. But it is a standalone, so it is just a fun one to play with. Good morning, Trudy, Deborah, and Wendy. Hello, hello. I realised this morning I went to go and set everything up, and I realised that I hadn't pushed an event through to my Facebook page. So hopefully our Facebook friends will come and join us as well, because I am live on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time. Okay, let's change cameras and we can have a little bit better look at this. Whoops. Oh, I hope it's not going to be a glitchy morning. It feels like it's going to be that way, and I feel like my camera is a little bit weird as well. So, but this is the stamp set that we are playing with. So Filled with Cheer, great one to color, just a real fun one. Sending loads of Christmas cheer to you and yours, and a warm hello, which I think works really well. I'm assuming that he's a melting snowman and that somebody just wasn't lazy in constructing him. Photopolymer, and like I said, it's a standalone. So on Tuesday, hey Judith, on Tuesday, oh, good luck at the dentist. On Tuesday, I created a video showing how I have coloured this guy here. So it is in my Blends and Beyond Facebook group, which is a colouring group mainly for Stampin' Blends. And so I coloured him, and then I also uploaded it to YouTube, so you can go and check it out. So I've coloured this with Stampin' Blends, and then I also added in a purple Derwent Lightfast pencil and white. So my purple one was for my shading, shadow area, and my white was for my highlight area. So most of the purple pencil went in the depth of the tree so that these pieces could get a little bit more segmented from each other. And I did a little bit on his hat, under the brim, a little bit of detail on his scarf, on the sled here. And then highlights were just on the hat and the scarf. So, but you can check out that video. I will put those pencils away, and we all create with this guy here. So it'll be a nice bright Christmas card because I've used Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, and I've used a little bit of yellow as well. So just before we get started, good morning everyone coming in on Facebook as well. I'm glad that you found me. So I'm just going to pull up my blog address for a second because I'm not going to be giving measurements during the card making process, mainly because they change and I never know what we're actually going to be making. So if you head on over to alisatilsner.com, you can subscribe to my newsletter, and the card that we make today will go out as a written tutorial next week so that you'll have all the instructions. You can print them out if you wish. And whoops, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Pressing the wrong button. Okay, there we go. Good morning, Joanne. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is trim him down. I stamped him right in the middle because I wasn't sure what I was actually going to do with him, but I think I will just have him go straight across my card front. So I'm starting off with a nice big piece of I always break them in halves and then I break them again, but I shouldn't because those scraps might be handy for the middle of a card. Now I've forgotten what I was saying. Oh, I stamped him right in the middle because I wasn't sure whether I was going to die cut him or, you know, whatever. So, but I think we will just keep him across. So we'll play with him. And now I've also pulled out some designer series paper. Now I don't have a lot of nice bright Christmas paper that's in, you know, bright greens and that. So I have bought in the brights. This is just the 6x6 designer series packs, you know, the family packs that come in. So this one's the brights, and both colors came out of the one pack. So, and I've pulled out, these are the patterns that you get on them. So there's stripes and circles on one side, and then on the other side is a leaf pattern, and I'm not actually sure what sort of pattern that is. It's like little diamonds of something or others. I don't know what that one is, but I like stripes and I like dots. So I've pulled out both sheets because I don't know which one I was going to use. So we'll make that up as we go along. And then I've also pulled in some, because I've used yellow in his hat. So I've pulled out the Daffodil Delight, which is the color of the blends, but I've also pulled out some crushed curry because I like that deeper thing. But I'm going to explain something about the colors in a little bit. So to catch my breath, I think. All right, let's trim this guy up. So even though they're not Christmas papers, I think the stripes could be Christmas papers. I don't have an issue with stripes being Christmas papers, but I think we can make a pretty good Christmas card out of that. So I'm trimming fairly close to the bottom because I want to do some background layering with my papers. So, and I want a fairly tight trim on this one. And then, so I've made a couple of cards that I'm going to show you during the next week, but I sort of want to take a little bit from that card, but also make a completely new card. So I'm trimming fairly tight to him, but I'm also leaving a little bit of space over here because I want to stamp my sentiment over there. Good morning. Unfortunately, I can't read whatever language it is, and I don't have a translator, so apologies. Okay, so I'm going to put a warm hello just here. And I hope my block is big enough. I'm going to pop it down on my grid, and I'm just going to sit over the top of my grid. So apologies, my hair and my head is going to get in here. What I do is line that up. If it's going to stop sticking to my finger, line that up with one of the grid lines, and then actually I'm going to get a slightly bigger block. And then I will try and line up, yep, my hair's getting in. I will try and line up another line on my grid with the line on my block. And that way it should be straight. And then I can line this up with a line on my grid and then line my block up with a line on the grid. So hopefully, being clear, you should figure out whether it's straight or not, but sometimes you can get us still a little bit crooked. Okay, a warm hello just in black. Make sure now, Mercy, make sure your fingers are clean when you're working with white. That could have been a boo-boo. Okay, lining up the edge, just double checking, and then our warm hello. So if you're not into snowmen because you think that Australia's, our seasons are all around the place, then I think that this one is actually quite cool because it's like a warm hello. Good morning, Jane. Yes, what time is it for you? It's probably still early. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of, actually, no, I won't. Don't mind me. I've got another card that I did earlier this week, and I want to take that little bit of idea from it. So basically, we're going to have this so far. I'll keep my layering, and then I'm going to grab, I think I'm going to have that at the back, and then I think I'll do my green dots, and then I've got a little bit of green going on here as well. So let me just measure and what it is. Nice and early, and soon, because of daylight savings, we'll be that little bit different again, won't we? Oops! Now I'm losing my card, stuck on the ground. Ugh. Okay, so I want a bigger piece of design series paper to go back. Maybe I'll do that by that. Okay, so let's see. Will that be? Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's just do this. Okay. Don't mind me talking to myself again. It happens. All right. So we'll pop that behind. Or should I do that and then that? That and then that. I think I'll do that actually, just to break up those patterns a little bit. I was going to do it differently, but I will do it that way instead. Constantly talking to ourselves. That's what we do, isn't it? Wait, that'll look better this way. No, wait a minute. I think if you're not talking to yourself, there's something wrong. So, and then I'll pop that over there. And then I will have a strip of this beautiful circles. I don't think it matters which way they go. So I may have wanted that a little bit fatter. Good morning, Nicole. All right, we'll have that a wee bit fatter instead. And that should break up my, I should have done it a little bit longer. Anyway, that will break up my patterning, because I was going to do dots on top of the stripes, but I think that sort of breaks it up a little bit. Okay, so we might actually be having a very quick card because I've already coloured in. Now, I am going to do a little bit of ink blending now, and then I will come in and see whether I want my yellow or whether my ink blending is going to be enough for what I want. So, and because I've spent a little bit of time on the colouring, like if I was making this from scratch, the colouring, the video I did of the colouring took me about 20 minutes. That's me talking as well. So probably 15 minutes on the colouring. And then I usually do a quick like a quick layout for that. So, okay. So now what I want to do with the, I sort of want to have a bit of directional, and I want to have a nice warm yellow glow as if the sun is shining. So just, I've got my yellow blending brush here, and I'm just using whatever yellow is on my brush, which is probably either Daffodil Delight or Cherry Cobbler. Okay, so I'm not going to do around the whole lot. I'm just taking it from the edge, and just want this corner here to be a little bit more golden. So I'm just going to come heavier so it's softer right around here and softer around here, and then I just want to increase my pressure on the brush, and I can get a lot more ink that's buried in there out. So it's just sort of got like that nice glow coming in. Good morning, Lois Margaret. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so, and what I did with my other card, which I will post later on, is I actually put a little bit of extra colour in there. So I'm going to pop a little bit of pink up in this top corner, and I've probably actually got enough pink on my brush to not have to worry about that. Let me just clean that yellow off. See, it's either going, when I put this back on my card, the yellow is either going to look out of place or it's going to be fine. It looks fine here, but when I put it with the rest of the card, it might look a little bit out of place, and that's why I've pulled in the yellow cardstock, because I may need to add a little bit to it. Now, when I put my pink on here, I'm going to get a bit of an orange tinge. So I just want to do it very gently. Hello, husband. He's going, it's morning tea time. So I'm just putting a tiny little bit of pink to act as if it's a little bit more warmth coming from that side. So hopefully it sort of depicts what I was trying to get at. And when I did the carrot on his nose, I actually did melon mambo, and then I put yellow over the top, and it gave me that orangey feel. So hopefully that's translated up in that top corner as well. Okay, clean that off. Actually, no, I'm not going to clean that off. I'm going to put you away, and I'm going to do around my card base. Hi, Susie. So hopefully that sort of makes a little bit sense to my card and makes it that warm. So, you know, so when you have that sentiment, the warm hello, hopefully it all makes sense to whoever I'm giving it to. Okay. And this is great because I can just keep picking up that ink that is on the mat and using that. I don't have to dip again. Western Maryland. I'm going to have to get out my my Google map and go and find where I'm pretty good with most of my states. There's just a few that I'm not sure of. Maybe the top states, I'm not real sure. Okay, so let's give that a nice glue around the border. Now I will get rid of that. Oops. Okay, let's see what we look like now, because I might actually do that to, now wait a minute, I should put these away because that was yellow, wasn't it? Yep. Don't get them mixed up. So I might actually add a little bit of ink blending to that green panel as well. Okay. Okay, so now the yellow doesn't make a lot of sense on my card, because I've only got a tiny bit of yellow here and then a tiny bit of yellow here. So I may actually come in and add some yellow to my card, and then that yellow up in that top corner will make sense. Okay, so let's do my green. And do I have enough? Nope, I don't. She's dry. So hopefully when I explain bits and pieces of why I'm doing what, hopefully that helps you with your card making as well. My brush is a wee bit dry. There we go. Because I think it's more than just I don't know, maybe I overthink my card making. I think I need to give my brushes a clean. There we go. That one took a little bit. I can see the texture of my brushes looking a little bit funny, so it probably needs a clean. Okay, I've got you. I don't think I'll worry about doing any ink blending around my paper. I'll leave that fresh. All right. Now, and I was thinking about this before I came live, and I'd already set up my camera and everything, and I thought, oh, darn, otherwise I could have shown you what I mean. So you're going to have to try and think in black and white at the moment, okay? So I've got my 3 colors down. So this is Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, and Cherry Cobbler. Crushed Curry. But when we look at these colors now, if I was to take a photo of this and turn it into black and white, and I might actually do that when we're finished, and I'll put it as a post. How will I clean my brush? Probably just under the sink with some soapy water, I think. Normally I will just, you know, rub it on one of those micro cloth things, microfiber cloths, but I think it needs a good clean. So it'll just be like with a bit of soapy water. Like you would clean your makeup brushes if you, I'm really bad at doing that too. Shh. Okay, so I'm just going back to this. If you were to take a photo of this and then turn it into black and white scale, these colors here will probably all be very, very similar, and you probably wouldn't be able to pick out between light and dark. But when I bring in my Daffodil Delight, you can see that the contrast there is so different now. So, and that's what we sort of want. I find that when cards don't have a lot of contrast in them, so if I took this and changed it to black and white now, you would notice that this card would be really light, and these three are all going to be around the same value. So that's just something else to think about if you want a little bit of contrast in your cards. So hopefully that makes sense, and I will do that. I will actually, when we're finished here, I will take a black and white. I will take a photo of it and turn it black and white, and that way you can actually see what I mean. So rather than go for that, which looks dull, I'm going to go for that, which looks brighter. Oh, thank you. Lovely. Look at this. This is a treat. I never have a cup of tea while we're live. Okay, so, and I just want a tiny little bit of it, so I'm just going to use a little snip and just to put it under there. I don't want a whole heap of it. So hopefully that was a little lesson in something anyway. All right. So, and I'm just going to pop that just underneath, and now all that yellow makes a little bit more sense on my card. Right, okay, so I'm just going to start sticking together, and then it's bling time. Okay, oops. Okay, so, and you could stick everything on this side, but this side, actually, just before I go, and I'm just going to do that lightly, I will just see what it looks like with this on the other side, because sometimes you just don't know, do you? That side might be a better option. What do you think? That side or the other side? I was leaning towards that side because that's where the bulk of all my stuff was, but maybe I should do it on the other side. Oh. You're welcome to jump in and tell me what you think. Julie says, cool card, the photo contrast would be, tip would be a big help. Excellent. But on the other side? I don't know. I'm confused now. On the left to balance it out. I shouldn't do these things, should I? I go, oh, what if I did this? Oh, Jane says that way. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking maybe that way, because I've got that color coming down from this corner, and then I can put my embellishments on this side. I think I'll do, yeah, I think I'll stick with what I had originally planned. And the other thing is because my snowman is facing that way as well, is so I don't want the other side to be as bulky. So I will go, sorry about that. Sometimes you have thoughts, and sometimes you've got to check them out and go, oh, hang on a minute. What if it was better on the other side? All right. So I've got, if you can hear voices in the background, I have got, obviously my hubby home, he's just bought me a drink. And I also have my youngest. You can use these lines, stripes, but just make sure you're picking the right stripe, because at the moment I'm not. Okay, and now he's getting in the shower, and now you're going to hear the pump. So apologies. Some days it's just like that, isn't it? And he'll probably put his radio on, and there'll be music, and all right, let's mount this piece up. But I dare say that in a couple of years, when hubby wants to retire, my lives will be interesting. I'm going to put a few dimensionals on here because it's going, you know, side right across the front panel. Okay, I'm going to think about some bling now. But you know what? Christmas cards, because we make so many of them and we've got to have them done in, you know, a relatively short amount of time, I don't always necessarily want to go gung-ho with all my embellishments and, you know, all the fancy stuff. I mean, I think a nice layout and you know, nice colouring is great. But because we want to do so many of them, I mean, birthday cards, you can either sort of make them as you go or, you know, build up a stash. But Christmas cards, we want to do a lot of them. So I quite like the circles, the plain clear ones in these. These are the pecan ribboned and clear ribboned ones, which I quite like. And I also like these ones here, these clear ones. But I think I want to go for something that's got a little bit more sparkle. I've got a couple of glossy dots. I think I've got a couple of pink ones left. But I think there was a couple of yellow ones in there too. Nope, that's it for that. Okay, yell out as I'm going through if you spot anything that you fancy. I've got iridescent pearls. There's nothing along the lines of nice bright pink, is there? No, there is not. Okay, let's have a look in this pack here. Oh, green. I've got a couple of, I've only got 2 left. I don't think I've got any bright green ones either. Oh, do you know what I want to do? I just remembered. I want to grab my, thank you, Wendy. I want to grab my Wink of Stella and colour in the star on top. So to give that a bit of sparkle. That stamped rather dark when I stamped this image. So we'll give that a little bit of a sparkle. And I'm not going to put any other Wink of Stella on there because, you know, it is a star. Okay. No, you're the wrong green. Oh, man. Maybe I'll just use these clear dots. Okay. Let's do, oh, there we go. There's 3 right there, and then I can throw that away. So let's just pop 3 little clear dots. And we'll pop one up here. If my scissors don't want to keep popping around, maybe I'll put it over here. Okay, I can get rid of that. So there we have it. So go back, and if you haven't found the video for the colouring yet, go back and find that. And the reason why I did that separately, I was going to leave it and do it all today, is that I wanted to be able to zoom straight in. The stamp set is called Filled with Cheer. It is a standalone stamp set. so it is on the, like in Australia, it's only $35. So it is actually a good price. There is, however, and somebody will be able to tell me, there is another stamp set that has a wagon in it, and the dies will match. The dies go with the other stamp set, but they match these ones here. Nothing else, but just the wagon. But I can't remember what it is called. So, and this is an online exclusives stamp set as well, so I must remember that it's not in any of the print catalogs. So there we go. Let me bring it up closer to the screen. So just a simple fun layout for a nice bright fun card, nice and simple. All right, so I have got a couple of other cards to share during the week, so make sure that you are following on my Facebook page and you'll be able to see them, and I'll probably pop them into the newsletter as well. So that is it for me. I will switch back. So that's it for me, and we will be seeing you again next Thursday. Thank you, everyone. It's just a nice, fun, simple card. I'll give you a quick flash. I was gonna save these for later, but I'll just do a quick. That one's the one that I was. If you're in the Blends and Beyond group, you've already seen that coloured image, but I've just made a few. I'll swing. Let me swing back. So I've just got a couple of them, and I've got that one there, and then I did that one there for a colour challenge as well, and I think I'm a bit blurry on screen. So I've made a couple with these guys. I will feature these three on the Facebook page during next week, and you'll be able to see them a little bit more closer up. And so there you go. So it's a really fun one to colour. Wait, where am I going? I'm all over the place. So thank you very much for watching me. I'm going to go drink my cup of tea before it goes cold, and we will see you again this time next week. So take care and have a great weekend. See you later.